is a big subject. I'm only going to go after a few of these aspects. We also saw the main photo during the DNC. It showed several staff members helping Hillary up the stairs. A recently reported photograph shows what could be a urinary catheter that has the support bag that goes and strapped to her leg. And ones that I haven't seen, and these are supposedly more recent, show Hillary almost constantly being propped up by pillows. We've all seen her seizures. We've all seen her coughing spells. There have been a few incidents where, at least according to Drudge Report, among others, that she has had falls. So it's any number of things that you can call this, but she is in what at least we assume is fading health. However, a lot of people I talk with say, they think it might have been like polio when she was younger, and, stress of the job and everything else is causing her health to decline amazingly well. And they said, well, we don't have any information really on the urinary catheter, but if you remove this, bear with me, I'm going to do some rearranging. You see here, there's a catheter connector and a drainage tube. You can see the drainage tube supposedly go from the urinary area all the way down to the kneecap is bent, but down here you can almost see a silhouette of a bag for a collection bag. This is the big one right here. You can see one pillow in front of her holding her arm, almost like she's holding it down from spazzing, and another pillow propping up her back. Now, my theory is that she's always had these health problems and that age has always basically made them worse. Here's another photo of another scene where she has pillow support. So there's that. There's a long list of things you can go online and find various videos and various things. And it just seems like it's been one thing after another for Hillary. And, as much as you want to call her a demon worshiper and, Satan and everything else, at some point or another, everybody kind of thinks that she's had most of these health problems all her life, and that her health hasn't exactly improved any over the years due to her aging, but that she is at least coping and managing. It's like anything else. You don't know what their biological background is as far as their medical records go. And to really come out and speak about this, you've seen the photos, you've seen everything. This is just more. And, for people to say that she should automatically resign because of her health, I don't think that needs to happen. I'm not going to compare her to this person, but remember, we had a president during World War II who served 3 out of 4 consecutive terms full term. And he was in a wheelchair, didn't like being it, so they always propped him up. They always made it seem like he was, the better person. And it was very, very, very almost unlawful to actually show him in a wheelchair. So it'll be very interesting to see whether or not Hillary will allow herself to be shown in this manner. I am going to get to sites and everything. My internet's a little bit slow today, so I'm not going to be able to show you a lot of. I'll give you a lot of sources, but I got this from HeatST. Politics must see pillow photos of Hillary Clinton propped up by pillows. And like I said, I'll give you a bunch of links for this, but we've all seen and heard various things. And to say that, you know, she is in dire health and, you know, I don't want to say going to die, but, you know, to some extent or another that her health is getting to a point where, you know, a presidential candidate cannot function is really kind of beyond the situation, I think. So, loud noise, sorry. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So, it'll be very interesting. If you can still hear me, they have frozen my computer. It is an unfortunate situation. It does seem like this is bad PR for Hillary. Now, here we go. Alright, so here we go right here. They did try to freeze my computer, but having at least some background knowledge in computer science, I am at least able to fight some of their DDoS attacks, among others. It says, must see photos of Hillary Clinton propped up with pillows. Hillary Clinton doesn't like reporters, so she did an interview last week on a podcast hosted by her own presidential campaign. I'm not going to play the video, but she actually posted this, so it says at Hillary Clinton, and it goes into saying Hillary's being propped up by a pillow, and it's hardly the first time this happened. So she always seems to have problems standing or sitting, or maybe with back pain or something of that sort. I'm not going to go into most of these, but in Berlin, Germany, there's always seemed to be a chair with a couple pillows around. The National Clean Energy Summit in Las Vegas. So there's always some kind of a pillow. Maybe that's a signature of hers. I don't know. You know, she is female. Maybe she does have some kind of fetish with pillows. But there does seem to be something with... I apologize. Let me go back up. There we go. There does seem to be something similar to this coincidence where, you know, here it's pretty good. But notice her fingers here. There's one pillow here, one supporting her back. She's okay here, but it almost seems like this arm, you know, might not be so good. We all have limbs that, you know, aren't the best. So this is where she's kind of going with this. We all have health problems, ladies and gentlemen. This is not her first time for anything. We all know the things that, you know, we claim she has done and everything. But that's no reason for her to get out of the race due to health problems. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it about right here, just so I can figure out how much we have. And then I will leave the sources so you guys can see for the pictures and everything. But there does seem to be a lot to this. And I can only imagine how very little they're going to allow me to show you and how scratched and censored this video is, since she is no doubt going to be the next president of the United States. And I show this not to say that she should not be president. I'm showing this to show the strife that is Hillary Clinton. I've had urinary catheters before. For guys, it's a very big deal. For ladies, I imagine not so much, but for guys, it is a bigger deal, obviously. Being propped up by pillows and everything else. I know people that are saying, could be polio or some form of MS that has gotten her over the years, but she seems to have her mental faculties in order, or at least mostly in order. It really will be up to her to find out how much she's actually doing and whether or not she ever shows up in a wheelchair. But you've seen the pictures online, the coughing. Like I said, there's been several reports of slip and falls. But she's soldiering on. That's always good. So that's why I'm showing this. I'm not showing this to say she shouldn't be president or that she has these health problems and that's gonna be that. No, she's gonna soldier on, and she's gonna probably bring it to a point where she does address them, but it won't be anytime soon. And having more than a few medical problems, I say kudos to her for dealing with these everyday problems. I grew up with people who had one or two, and they were pretty much suicidal. And I just go through my daily life and, don't, act almost as if, nothing really bothers me. And I've kind of been able to do that. It looks like she has for a while as well. So, I did write in her fading health, but I do believe beyond any reasonable these are health problems that have been consuming her for a long while. I believe that these are related to some kind of congenital defect. The coughing and stuff, obviously she's giving speeches, she is coming in contact with lots of people she normally would not be. She had a seizure on camera, we saw that. Lots of other things go on. You know what, that's her, that's who she is, that's who she has been her entire life. I don't believe that is, reason for her to suspend her campaign. And I think it's just more reason for her to continue and advocate for, disability rights and the rights for persons with medical problems and persons who have difficulty moving around and various other things. So thank you guys very much, and I really hope this helps. You can go through the sources. There's a lot here. I mean, you can go back into the, I heard, even in 2011 there were reports of different things on her. And it really just show that, these people are people like us, or at least similar to us. And that, you got to go to work after your back surgery 2 or 3 weeks later. Well, one person said instead of the catheter, she could have had a leg brace of some kind at one point, because she has kind of looked like she has been kind of not so well on her feet. But this does look like a catheter tube or a drainage tube for a Foley catheter. And the bottom there, you can almost see the beginnings of what looks like a drainage collection bag. So it'll be very interesting to see what her ultimate diagnosis is and whether or not she advocates for those people with similar things. Thank you.